Yeah. So today we will discuss the code for manipulation of linked list. How we can manipulate a linked list uh, through C. We discussed the theoretical concepts earlier, and according to that concept, we will be writing the code. All of you have to understand each and every statement carefully. It may take time, so I will not mind
Yes,
if
sir.
you uh, ask me to repeat the class, repeat the repeat your doubt. I will repeat explaining. I will not mind. Our purpose is that all of you have to understand the discussion, what we are discussing. Then only it will be a successful class. Otherwise, we will be taking classes just for officially, and you will not understand anything. It will be of no use, right? So let me start the code. Okay, let me start presentation. And parallelly, let me open uh, the, the PDF file, what we discussed in the theoretical class for the language, right? So here I told you that first we have to define the node. Node node contains mainly two parts. So one is the data part, and another is the next part, a which is a linkage between two consecutive nodes, right? So linkage means here a variable which is pointing to the next node. So a variable can point, definitely it must be a pointer variable. No. Hmm. So pointer variable means the variable which is holding the base address of the next node. So likewise, we will be connecting, we will be establishing the connection between the consecutive nodes. And as you know that I called you, the first node is called the root node and the last node is called last node. How to understand that this is a last node where the next field means will have the null value. And since this node is not connected in any other node, so definitely it will have a zero value, right? So no address will be assigned because there is no node. So what to do with assigning the address, right? And the first node is your root node. Technically, we call the root node or head nodes. So in different books, you will be getting different terms, but we will be uh, uh, considering, we'll be calling is as a root node, right? And we will give the name of the variable accordingly, right? And so here, if it is a root node or if it is a head node, so this is a, what is this? I told you, this is not a node. This is a variable, a pointer variable, which is holding the base address of the starting node, means base address of the root node. So this is not a node. This is a variable, a pointer variable, which is holding the base address of the first node. So it must be a pointer variable. So this head, next, this must be a pointer variable. And what kind of pointer variable it must be? All this we will discuss through coding. So let me start discussing the code. The font is visible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Should
Yes,
I?
sir.
Okay, fine. Hmm. So here, so not wasn't taught. Utkarsh Kumar. Hmm. Utkarsh Try to join in time. Okay. Don't be late. Mm. It's not required. Mm. So I told you first I have to define the node. I also told you that what will be the type of the data structure the node will be having. See, even a node contains one data item. It will not be an array. It must be a structure because you are getting a different type of data here. The next, the variable next will be having of different type. It's a pointer type, right? So even you handle with a single node in your data, even your node contains a single data item, then also you are getting at least two different kinds of data types. So you know that array contains the homogeneous elements. All the elements will be of same type. But here you are getting, whenever you will be putting a different data items, heterogeneous type of data items in a single entity, it will be a type of structure, right? So node will be our structure only. Okay, you can put one element as data or more than one element as data. So broadly, we can say the node contains two parts. One is data part, another is the next part, right? So this will be a structure. So we have to first define the structure. This is our definition of the structure. Okay, I have given the name of the structure as node. As I told you, the technically we call this each entity as nodes, right? So this node, I have given the name of the structure as node. Then a single data item I have chosen. You can choose more than data items, but for the convenience of the program, uh, I have taken only a single data, not more than data. It will just take time. No, it will be wasted of time. If you can handle a single data, you can handle more than one data, right? And another which is very mandatory, that is a next variable. I have given, I have defined and declared another variable for which I have given the name next. And my question was, what kind of variable next must be? The Sayantan answered in my theoretical class, so it will be a pointer variable. But the question is, what kind of pointer variable it must be? Definitely, it must be a node type of variable, node type of data type, right? So it must be a node type, because here you can see that this next is containing, next contains the address of our node. So next contains the address of of a type of variable which looks like itself, isn't it? So the type will be the node type, isn't it? Next, containing the address of a node type. So here within the structure, I have to define, I have to declare the type of next as a node type. And definitely it's a pointer, like a pointer to structure. You studied, right? So structure name, then star. Similarly, I have declared the next as a variable in this way, struct node star. It is very important to understand. It is the initial part where your understanding will be started. I repeat, next is holding the address of our node type, and while defining the node itself, I have to put the type, I have to put the type of the next here. Got it? The definition has not been completed, right? But while defining, I have to write the its type as a struct node. Got it? Understand? So here our definition is completed. Tell me whether you have understood this structure or not. The first time you are writing this kind of structure where a variable which is of the pointer to itself, to the structure itself. Got it? Shanton,
Yes, sir.
Avona, Avona vote, ভুলে যাচ্ছি Avona vote না
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ স্নেহা Sneha is present. Sneha is not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Utkarsh.
Yes, sir.
Utkarsh.
Yes, yes, sir.
Just being present only to get the attendance
Pres-
will be of
Present,
no
sir.
use. You have to understand. Are you understanding? Are you mentally present? What I we are discussing?
Yes, sir.
Priyanka, Vidisha,
Yes, sir.
any doubt? Should I repeat the implication of this definition?
No,
Got
sir.
it, na?
No, sir.
So let me proceed.
Yes, understood clearly.
Yeah. Now I have for my to write to write the code conveniently. I have given a nickname of a type. How to give an alias of a type? I told you when I took a class in your first year CS201. There is a feature in C which we call type def. Right, type def is a keyword in C which through which we can redefine a primitive type which is already present in the in C. Could you recall this one? Type def. Could you recall this one? Type def. Respond. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Could you recall the type def? Type def.
Yes, sir. We can recall. You can recall, sir.
Let's say, let me give another easy example. If let's say uh, int, if I write type def int, Ionavo, Ionavo. I don't know the spelling is. Ionavo spelling is right, huh? Or wrong? Ionavo.
No, sir.
What is the what is the spelling?
AYA
Hmm.
NAVA.
No sir means I have written that one. AY. Anyways, leave it. I'm just uh, getting into. Anyways, so let me now if I write this one, Ionavo X. Right. So what will be the X? What does this X mean? What does this X mean, Ionavo? What does this X mean?
Variable. It is a variable.
The answer is not completed. It is a variable definitely, but type of the variable? Type of the variable? Here the main logic is there, na? Type of the
Yes,
variable.
sir.
I am defining the type. I am just handling with the type. That's why I have written this one type there. This means that I have redefined. Means just I have rename. I have created an alias of int as Oyonabo. So now onwards, wherever I'll be writing Oyonabo will be treated as int. Right? Got it? I am giving another name
Yes,
of
sir. Yes, sir.
Oyonabo. So wherever I will be writing on above, that will be treated as a type, int type, right? So this type is replaced, this int type, this int is a primitive type. This primitive type is getting replaced with some another type of what the according to our choice, right? So this is the main purpose of the type def. But you can ask that what is the necessary of writing this one, because int if I write directly int, then what problem or what benefit you will be getting with this type def? No, here you will not get any benefit, but here you will get benefit. That's why for this reason only we need to learn every feature of C. Here, I don't want to write this part of the statements every time. If I need to write means this part of statement, this part of statement. If I need to write this one every time, it will take time, right? I have to type this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 characters. So instead of writing 12 characters, if I want to give a short name of this, a call name of this rather, that will be good for me to write the code. It will be convenient one. So I have replaced this struct node star by ndptr with this type div. Not replace, rather technically if I will say I have given an alias of struct node star type, struct node star with another name ndptr. So ndptr is my choice. I have given the name. You can choose any name. Saap, Hathi, Ghoda, whatever you choose, whatever you like, right? Got it? So for my convenience of writing the code, I have declared and type def defined, that is ndptr, right? So now onwards, whenever I have to write this struct node star, I will write only ndptr. Got it? Fine. So far it is clear?
Fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine, sir.
Now I have taken some functions. As I told you, in data structure, we will not put all the codes in one place in main. Rather, main will call the different functions. Means if our main operation is divided, if we divide the main operations with some sub operations, then for each and every sub operations we will create different functions. So create is an operation, sub operation rather. Operation is main operation is the manipulation of linked list. For this main operation, we are dividing this main operation with some sub operation. So create will create a linked list, right? This create will add a linked list every time when it will be called by main. Display will display the entire list. Get note is another supporting function which will be helpful for another function to work on, right? So get node will not be called from main directly, rather get node is required to call from any another function. Maybe here I have used it in create function. Okay, so let me start with the main first. Here I have declared a variable ndptr root. Tell me, then what is the root? What does this root imply? Who will answer? I have for my first statement ndptr root. I will not mind if I need to repeat the entire code in another class, right? So I will suggest all of you to understand each and every code carefully. If you don't understand the linked list, the starting of linked list will be totally in vain. But if theoretically, if you study English, it will be of nothing. You will just get, you'll just qualify in your out exam, but you will no technical knowledge you will have. So first, you have to understand each and every statement. So what do you mean by this root? According to this statement, what do you sense, Chanton?
Sir, it is the beginning of the linked list and it holds the first element, but not any values.
Not technical answer. It's an answer from your the theoretical part you discuss. From the common sense, you are using the common sense that fast mode. But technically, you answer to be very specific. What do you mean by NDPTR root? Once the NDPTR has been defined as some type. What type? Struct node stuff. Sneha, 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 can you hear me? Sneha, you're not audible. I can't hear you, and you have not started answering. Will you answer? Sneha, Sneha,
Sneha, can you hear us? Sneha? If not, then give a message in the chat box.
I told you that if you just to get the attendance, if you join the meeting and get yourself involved into some another activities, you will not get attendance. I want the mental presence, not that physical presence, not in record. So Sneha is not present, it implies. Anyways, I got it. Jayati ma'am, please note the Sneha's attendance today. She will not get attendance. Okay. Jayati ma'am.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Ahona, Ahona,
Yes, sir.
hmm. Answer my question.
Sir, can you repeat once more?
Not, but I am showing you just. I've just means you are not present. You are also not present. You are not following my class.
No, sir. Problem.
So my screen is visible to you. My
Yes,
screen
sir.
is. So answer me that what do you mean by this individual? Try to answer. I ask all of you. Try to answer. It maybe you are maybe you're wrong. So what to be ashamed of? Nothing. You just start answer. Try answering now. I am here. We are here to rectify.
Sir, it is the fast node. Like root means it will start.
So again, it's from your common sense. You have answered. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone else want to answer? Or no? Very
Yes,
vehemently,
sir.
very vehemently you told that you have understood. Now tell me, what do you mean by NDPTR route? So far, what I have discussed, your answer is answer. You will get the answer from my discussion, whatever I have discussed from the starting. Honorable, would you answer?
Yes, sir. Yes,
What
sir.
is root? My question is, what is root? Now you can answer. What is root? Root is a type or variable? First mind. Now I am splitting my question so that I will it will be easier for you to answer. What is
Root is
root?
the root is a mathematical term used in.
I want to see the face of this. Who answered this one? Honorable.
Yes, sir.
Are you in this world, or you have gone to the mathematical world? Hmm?
It is a mathematical expression now,
If
sir.
no, it's fine. The law means what you say by LAW. If anybody asks you, Ranabo, what do you mean by law? So always you will be strict to the answer that Newton's first law, second law, third law, or
No,
first
sir. No, sir.
law
No, sir.
will not come under this. So root is a mathematical term. That is a different aspect. That is a discussion where your mathematical class you attend. Have I said anything from the mathematics so far?
No, sir.
In theoretical part, I explained what is root. I told you that root is the first node. We call the first node as a root node. Like a tree has its own root. So what, how you are getting that root means the root of an expression, algebraic expression. You have gone to that mathematical one where you are stick to the mathematical expression, root of the mathematical expression. So my question is, who will answer? Shantam, can't you answer? What is this root? Is a variable or a type? First, root is a variable or type?
The variable.
Exactly. Root is a variable. What kind of variable it is? What kind of variable is? हाँ? अरे थोड़ा की रे की बोलो
Sir, acha, who is, sir, 1 minute, who is it? Sir, he texted us that he is not showing anything. He can't see anything which you are sharing. Sheet, who is it?
and
Sir, sir, ma'am, promote.
Pramod, তুমি কিছু দেখতে পাচ্ছ না? You can see anything? You texted?
promote. Actually, I am
হয়তো
not
নেটওয়ার্ক ডিস্টার্বের জন্য দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, স্যার।
তো সেটা তো
network distance promote. I am not actually see during taking a class it's very difficult to monitor who is writing what. Then I have to always keep focus that who is writing in message. But do one thing, you have to respond or you have to send a message to the WhatsApp group or you have to take help from your batchmates so that your batchmates can guide you whether it has been terminated from my end or it is a technical problem from your end. If it is a technical problem from your end, so you restart your system and start joining again. Pramod Kumar W has joined. He left the meeting actually. Anyways, Pramod, hello.
Pramod, answer.
Hello,
Pramod
sir.
has so what you written that you are not able to see anything.
ये तो दिख ही नहीं
From
रहा
your,
है।
are you having maybe any technical start? Try to speak in English. Are you having any technical problem from your end?
लगता है नेट स्लो चल रहा है, मतलब
ये
नेटवर्क
लगता
इशू।
नहीं है, ये लगता नहीं ये यही पक्का है ये confirm. So if you get this kind of problem, all of you, so try to restart the machine again. Try to join again. Okay. It may so
ठीक
have
है,
technical problem. But before sending a message, first try to make sure that it is a problem from your end or not. Anyways, because other batchmates are fall again. Let us come back to the discussion. Hmm. So here, just now I have given an example, another example that is the type def ionavo int. Then ionavo, no, type def int ionavo. Then ionavo x means now x becomes a variable of ionavo type means integer type. I have given a nickname. So this way here root definitely is a variable of NDPTR type. So NDPTR is a type. What kind of variable of this root root is having a type of NDPTR. Now what is NDPTR? NDPTR, the name, the word I have given. Na? So now what I have done with the NDPTR before starting main, then you have to search the code where this NDPTR term is there. See, in real life, actually my purpose is not to make you understand only this code. Whenever in industry you will get 5,000 or 6,000 statements for a single program. Lots of hundreds of functions are there. Now if you don't understand a particular function, you have to search with a link from, means a reference, that from you are, suppose a particular word you are not getting, you have to search where this code are written, but what are the places where this particular term you can get. You have to search and you have to understand what that term means what is the term defined with in your code, right? This is the way to understand the code, right? It may it frequently it happens that immediately you will be asking to debug a code, 1,000 or n number of n thousand of codes, n thousand of statements in a particular program. You are supposed to debug in industry. What you will do? Nobody is there to make you understand. So you have to also learn how to track a code, how to track each and every unknown term in a code, right? From this bulk of statements. Got it? So here, the moment you are getting an unknown term, let's say, okay, NDPTR. So NDPTR must not be a type of C, right? It must be defined by the programmer, means user here, user programmer. So the moment you are getting this NDPTR term, you have to see what is this NDPTR. Here there is a statement I have defined clearly with the type here. So our NDPTR is struct node star. And simply, instead of writing NDPTR, if I need to declare a pointer to node type structure, I could have written this one, struct node star NDPTR. NDPTR struct node star, struct node star root. Simply this. Here I have replaced this struct node star primitive type, struct node star here with the NDPTR. So instead of writing the struct node star, I have just written this NDPTR. Okay, but remaining part will be same. Now understood? Now it's clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, clear.
So root is a
Yes, sir.
variable of NDPTR type. So another question, then is the root or structure a node? Is root by itself a node or not? Root means here our head. I am just, you just think about that head. Here it is written root. Here, since root is declared as a type, so it is not a variable of structure node, because whenever you will get the node, so node is a structure of a structure. Root is not a structure. Root is a base address of a structure, isn't it? That's why root is a pointer variable. Got it? So here root is not the root node. The first node is called root node, but by the name root, I have my code is describing that root holds the base address of the first node or root node. Means root and root node, these two things are different. Here root contains the address of root node. Okay, got it? So root means root is not a node. Root is an address. Root is a variable which holds the address of a root node or starting node. Okay. Now I have taken another three variables. Now first, if there is no node, in the list, so what will be the value of head or root? Okay, the value of the head or root will be null. There is no node. So initially, when we are going to create a node first time, definitely there will be no node. So root or head will have the value null. Okay, so I have initialized the root by null. Now, how many? First, I have given a message to the user that how many nodes you want to insert it, you want to create, right? So that variable I have taken through n. Now, so I will be taking n number of nodes. So I have to take a for loop which will iterate n number of times. Got it? So this particular code of, is doing that one. Now, while while adding each and every node, I have to also take this data part from the user, isn't it? While inserting the node every time, so I have to ask the data from the user. So that's why here I have given another message, enter info. Means enter info for that particular node we are going to create through create function. Got it? So create function basically is adding a node at the last. If it is the first node, then this is by itself. The first node will be created. First node and last node is same. If only one node is there. If we are going to create the second node, then second node will be the last node. But after first node, another node will be added. So here it is adding a node at the last. Okay, got it? Means here if we if the user supply 5 NS 5, so 5 number of nodes will be created and the list will be prepared, right? Now you have to know how to create the linked list, means how to add a particular node. While adding a node in the list, what I have to do? Here see, initially this root was having what value? Arnabo, I just told you, initially when there was no node, initially what value head was having, or head or root? Arnabo,
Yes, sir.
when
Yes,
there
sir.
was no node, when there was no node in the list, so what value our root was having? The value which I have initialized with, that's what? Null, isn't it? Here, first time
Huh.
I have initialized the root as a null. There is no node. Here,
None.
point we are going to create our list, right? For taking this
Yes, sir.
and calling this create function. So initially, when there was no list created, no node present in the list, root was having null. Now,
None.
we
None,
are
sir.
going, when we are going to create our first node, let's say here,
Yes, sir.
this, okay, forget about this. First node we are creating, we are adding in our list. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's say it is having a value 1000, right? Here, base address will be 1000. So
Right, sir.
head will be assigned or root will be assigned by 1000, isn't it?
Head.
So we are actually changing the value of root, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Value of the root was null. Now it will be assigned to the new value, whatever value. Let's say, for example, 1000. So null will be replaced by 1000, isn't it? So we are
Yes, sir.
changing the value of root. This is root.
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? Root by itself.
Head is the
Yeah.
root.
Yeah. So root by itself is a pointer. Now
Hmm.
we are going to change the value of pointer using another function. Now
Yes, sir.
call by reference will be there. Call by
Hmm.
so I have to send the address of root, isn't it? I told
Yes,
you
sir.
the difference between call by value and call by reference. So many we have spent a lot of time with this discussion in your in your second sem with the call by value and call by reference. Call by reference is needed when we want to change the content of any variable of main from outside of main within function. We must use call by reference. For example, that swapping the content of two variable of main. Could you recall? Could you
Yes,
recall?
sir.
No response. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So we are changing the value of root. Root is a variable of main. Here it is a variable of main. We are changing the value of root. Just now you have seen I told you this is root. So we are changing the value of the root. Okay. From main. Root is a variable of main. But we are changing it within function because these all operations will be done through function. Got it? So I have to send the address of root, isn't it? Like call by reference. Hmm? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of variable will hold the address of root? Next question. Here I have defined the function. Create function, create function. Create has two parameters. One is this, another is this. This is a simple thing, integer, the info part integer, because I have taken this data as integer part. So we will be sending the data part also while inserting each and every node. We have to send the data part and this part. These two parts we have to send every time while we are going to create a new node, isn't it? So we are here passing the address of root because I have to change the value of the root, isn't it? For the second time insertion, see here after the first node is inserted, here it is null. It's the first and last node. Then if I want to insert the second node after the first node, again this has to be changed. This needs to be changed. This will be replaced by the base address of the second node, isn't it? So every time we need to change the value of next part. So this value of this will be replaced by this. So we have to here for the first time we are changing the value of the root. So we are actually sending the address of root. So my question is what will be the type of the variable which will hold the value of the address of the root? Here R is a variable. Okay, R is holding the address of root, isn't it? Got it? This is a function, two parameters, first parameter and the second parameter. Are you understanding? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, yes, sir.
address of root is caught by R. Now what will be the type of the R? Means R is holding the value of a pointer variable, which is holding the value of a struct node variable. So basically it becomes pointer to pointer. Got it? So if I don't write this one, I had to write this struct node star r. বোঝা গেল? Star double pointer is pointer to pointer because root by itself is a pointer. R is holding the address of root. So definitely root is a pointer to pointer. and I have replaced this start node star by NDPTR. So I have only written NDPTR. Got it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Got it.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, this is the very easy way to understand, and this is my uh, way to explain or to write that. I told you, no, you will not get this type of type of pattern in any book. It is completely my development to make my students understand easily. Otherwise, you will be confused with lot of stars. ফুল ঝুরি দেখবি চোখে বুঝতে পেরেছিস হ্যালো তারা দেখবি আর কি
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার বুঝেছি।
আর দিনের বেলা তারা না দেখিস ওই জন্যই আমি একটু সিম্পল ওয়েতে বোঝানোর চেষ্টা করছি ঠিক আছে এটা
Yes, sir.
বুঝলি শোন এতেই চারটে
হ্যাঁ স্যার
প্র্যাকটিস
ঠিক
হয়ে
আছে।
যাবে না ঠিক তো কিছু নাই actually it's already 4:33 so what I will be giving today we will not get enough time to complete the code because actually the core part is here. My suggestion is I will be giving you the notes, okay, and you try, you just follow the code, you just go through the material, go through the code, okay, then I will explain from this point again. It is not a class, it will not be finished within 1 hour. Got it?
So, sir,
Jadina,
sir,
Jadina,
yes, sir.
what do you say?
Yes, sir. One
What do
minute.
you say?
Sir, so
Hmm.
what would be their assignment for today's?
Today's assignment will be means that or see mm, that I have not decided. Okay, so
Okay, okay.
and in the classroom. Okay, that is another part. My suggestion is that today it's not possible. If I want to complete the entire code, my explanation, I think they
It takes, yeah.
take it that way. Okay, so my suggestion is whatever I have explained, my whatever I have explained, you try to understand up to the point where I have stopped, and then once you will understand, once you will get confidence that you have understood this point where I stop, you will try to understand yourself. Definitely from this point onward, we will discuss in the next class. Okay, so let me actually run the program because all of you are waiting. I think for this that sir has not shown executing the program. Let's say compile and run. No, so actually I have changed the code to explain you. NDPT here, start controllers. How many nodes you wanna insert? You wanna insert let's say it's 5 nodes. Enter info. Let's say it's 5 again. Actually, the antivirus is running. That's why it's getting disrupted a bit. Enter info. 10. Enter info. 20. 30. 5 items I have to insert data parts. I am just applying the data. Okay. Plus 40, 50. See, the linked list has been prepared. This is a display of the linked list. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. Understood? And have you understood the output?
Yes, sir.
Here, actually, you can consider each and every node the nodes. As a record, here I am
Yes sir,
handling
yes sir.
single data. That's why you got single data. You can here put the number of records. This will be name, roll number, marks, or employee name, employee ID, employee salary. All these records you can put in a single entity if you define the node in such a way. Okay, so this will be our output. Fine. Okay. So let us conclude the today's discussion. I will be supplying giving you this material, and you will just start try to understand by yourself, and from the next from this point we will be discussing again. Okay, Jyoti ma'am. So should I conclude?
Okay.
Jyoti
Okay,
ma'am.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
student. Bye. Bye,
Thank you,
student.
sir. Thank you, ma'am.
All of
Okay,
you. Okay.
Bye, sir. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
bye.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.